Hi, we are going to talk about body image today and some strategies I use when I'm having my own personal struggles with body image. So I know this is a really big topic and the one we can go really deep on. So stick with me because I think these strategies can really help and they're really important. There's no quick, easy fix, but these are some things that you can apply daily and in the moment when you do have those issues with your body image. So one thing to keep in mind is I know there's this term body positivity floating around right now. I think it's fabulous and wonderful. I think it's important to know that doesn't mean you have to love your body all the time. It doesn't even mean you have to like it. I know that's a big struggle sometimes to like and love our own body. So to me, what that means is that you understand that your worth is not tied up in your body, okay? That's something really important to understand. You are worthy, you are important, you are awesome and wonderful, and that has nothing to do with what you look like. It has nothing to do with how your body functions. So it's important to understand that going in. I would love for everyone to find something they like about their body and to fall in love with their body at some time, but that's not always realistic and it's not always going to happen. So what we need to do is understand that we have a lot of worth and we're super important. We are wonderful, and that has nothing to do with our body, okay? So that's the first thing to understand. So what I want you to do and what I do when I start to have those body image issues is first thing, we need to get into our brain. So what happens, and you probably feel this when you have that issue, like, oh my gosh, I just don't want to look in the mirror, or I don't like that, and it goes straight to our gut and to our heart and we get upset. You need to get into your brain first. So I take a breath and I go into my brain to remember these things we're going to talk about. So we need to kind of take it out of the emotional space in the moment and remember what's true in our minds. So that's one thing to keep in mind, okay? The next thing is to really dig deep and name what it is that bothers you about your body. So instead of this whole, and I know this comes into our brains sometimes, oh, I just hate myself, I hate how I look. Step away from that, okay? Take a breath, go into your brain and say, is that really it? Or what is the thing that really actually bothers me about it? Is it my posture? Is it how I stand? I don't like that I hunch over. Is it that I have this one leg that turns out more than the other and that's always bothered me my whole life? For me, it's a really specific part of my body that I have always, for whatever reason, had issues with. I've always considered myself stocky. I'm a short person. I played soccer my whole life, and I don't know where that all stems from, but I have issues with one specific part of my body, and I always have, and that's where I need to do my personal work. And I think it's important to realize what it is for you so that, again, your brain can go to that and just recognize, oh, that's where I am today. Like, that's what I actually have an issue with, not my whole body. Okay, we're not getting into this whole thing about hating your whole body. What is it that actually you think you might have a little bit of an issue around, or what is it that actually you don't like when you look in the mirror? And try to name it, okay? I think that's important to get kind of specific because, again, we can get a little bit clinical then about it instead of wrapping our entire emotional space and our entire worth around that one thing, okay? So name it, get specific about it. Then the next thing I do, again, really important, is to acknowledge what your body has done for you. This is so important. I know it's something that we want to skip over, especially when we're in the moment and really upset or just feeling like we're just don't have that confidence at all. Pick one thing, okay? And what it is for me personally is I remember that my body birthed my two babies. When I go back to all my prolapses and my surgeries and why can't I be like other women and why can't I be normal and what all of that stuff, I just say, oh yeah, but it did that for me. So have the one thing, and I always want it for you in the back of your mind, pick that one thing that it is your body has done. And maybe it's just that you get out of bed in the morning and you can walk to the bathroom independently. Maybe it's that you can get in and out of the car. Maybe it's that you did some amazing hike that very few people have ever done. Maybe it's that you are able to walk your kids to school, whatever it is, okay? Anything in your life that your body has done for you, I want you to remember that and you come back to that. So when that voice comes into your head and says, I don't like that, I hate how I look about that, I hate that I can't do that, say, oh yeah, I did do that though. My body did do that for me, okay? Those three things. So taking a moment to realize, what is it actually that I'm upset about in this moment? What's the one thing? Remembering, oh yeah, I'm going to use my brain here for a moment. I'm going to get into my thoughts and not let my emotions take over. And I'm going to acknowledge one thing my body has done for me. Okay, that's where we're going to start when those body image gremlins come into our head, when those voices come in. Start there. And a lot of times that helps me at least to pause. Then I kind of take the next step. So if I say, all right, I've gone through that, and now I really actually am kind of aware of this thing about my body that I'm not liking, then I'll take the next step and say, is there something I can do about it? Because we don't want to just stop there. Maybe there is something that you can do about it once you've done the work around that first piece. So for me, the first thing I say is, have I actually done anything about this? And if I haven't, that's totally fine. It's okay. But it's good to acknowledge, why am I getting so upset about something I haven't even really tried to change yet? For me, sometimes that is about my pelvic floor and my prolapses and my surgeries. If I get upset that I'm sore and painful, I'll say, well, but have I actually done my physical therapy exercises? Oh, I haven't. And that's okay. I don't judge myself for it, but I realize, oh, I might be able to change this because I haven't tried yet. I haven't actually tried to do anything to change it yet. So that's an important thing to acknowledge. And then find hope in that. Like, oh, there are some things I can work on to maybe adjust that. Cool, great. So the next step is, do I have the capacity in my life to then address that thing? So for me, that means I look at maybe how much time I have to work out. Okay, so I don't want to suddenly say, oh, I guess I need to work out an hour a day to address this. I can't. I personally, I don't know about you, I do not have that capacity in my life right now with 2 young kids at home and running a few businesses and all of this crazy virtual school is happening. That's just realistically not going to happen. So I take that off the table. I can't work out an hour. Actually, I'm going to stick to my 30 minutes a day. That's what I have the capacity for. So then, can I maybe change what I'm doing in those 30 minutes? Do I maybe need to adjust that to see some results I might need to see, whether it's building muscle, whether it's feeling stronger or building endurance? Like if your goal, if you're upset that you can't walk more than a mile, right? That's something that's super common. I really get tired after a mile and I used to be able to hike 5 miles. Okay, so look at what you're doing during the week. Are you doing anything to actually work towards that? And if you're not, then look at the capacity in your life to start to work towards that. Instead of just getting upset about it, make a goal to see if you can get better at that one thing. Same with the physical therapy exercises, anything. So if the capacity isn't to add more time, maybe it's to adjust what you're doing in the time you have. For me right now, something I'm looking at is, okay, nope, I can't change the time I have. I really only have that half hour. I'm playing a little bit with the exercises I do during that time, but I also know I am not drinking enough water. Like I for sure am not. Do I have the capacity in my life to do more of that? Yes. Yes, I do. So again, working into my brain, being really clinical and kind of by the book about this, I'll say, that's something I can adjust. And then I'll look at what I'm eating, how I'm sleeping, all of those kind of things. So see where you can maybe make some changes and be super supportive of yourself and give yourself grace in the areas that maybe you can't make changes right now, and realize all of that is okay. It's just taking steps to where you want to go. The next thing is look at the results you are finding and notice they might not always be aesthetic, okay? So I think sometimes if we start a new program or start to try something new, the first thing we want to see is results that we can see, right? Definition in our arms, something like that. And that's understandable, but that usually comes last. I want you to really look realistically. When you get upset about your body, realistic look and say, oh, but do I feel more energetic? I might not look different, but do I have more energy than I did 3 weeks ago? Am I able to climb the stairs a little better? Can I get on and off the floor easier? Am I having less pain? Look at all of those results too and realize, okay, I might not see a change in my body. And that's why I'm upset looking in the mirror right now. And I get it, believe me. I don't see a change in my body, and that's where I've been, where I'm having these issues right now. I don't see the change that I think maybe I want to, but I look at my workouts and I'm like, I am going deeper in that lunge than I did 2 weeks ago. And that's pretty awesome. And I can do this so-and-so with my kids that I wasn't able to do before my surgeries 2 years ago. That's pretty awesome. So you have to look at the victories you do have, okay? Even if they aren't aesthetic, look at the victories you have and realize you are making gains. And then finally, last part of all of this is to really look at what gives you confidence, because I find if I am in a place where I'm not getting enough sleep, where maybe I had some criticism at work, where maybe I had a fight with my partner, anything like that, if my confidence is down, I am 100% going to be less likely to be happy looking in the mirror. No doubt about it. So try to build your confidence in other areas. I find if it doesn't mean I'm seeing results from my workouts, sometimes it means then getting a haircut. I know that seems simple, but honestly, do something to feel refreshed for yourself. Maybe for you, it's a massage, or maybe it's a facial. For me, it really was getting a haircut for the first time in a year and a half. I realized, oh, I just needed to feel a little bit refreshed and confident. Those kind of things. I think a big thing is buying clothes for your body that fit now. I find when we really focus on our body from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I have these jeans I'm going to fit back into. Well, you know what? My body changed after I had babies. I am never fitting into those jeans again. And I finally gave them away because I was never going to fit back into them no matter how much I weighed, because my body is different. My pelvis is a different shape than it was. So buying clothes now that actually fit and complement my body now, again, that's part of confidence, and I look better than when I look in the mirror. Wearing my really high-waisted leggings to work out in make me feel a lot more confident than those old low-waisted ones that I used to wear before kids 10 years ago. So I think acknowledging that and finding confidence in whatever area it is, laughing more during the day, those kind of things, that I find for me literally makes me see something different when I look in the mirror. So when I look in the mirror and I already feel good about myself as a mom, as a friend, as a business owner, if I feel good about myself and remember my qualities, I look in the mirror and I feel better. And that's what I want for all of us, because we are all going to have body image issues, I believe, at some point in our life as women. I believe society sets us up for that, unfortunately, but it does. I work really hard as a mom to a daughter to address those as she's growing up. But it's going to come from magazines. It's going to come from friends. It's already coming from different places. So I'm not saying we're not going to have them. And I'm not trying to gloss over the fact that they are important. Because like I said, for me, it comes and goes. I am in a place right now where I feel myself a little bit down about certain things. And that's why I'm filming this for you, because I got feedback from all of you that you have these times too. So these are the strategies I use, okay? So to review, I have these things in my brain. I keep them in the back of my mind so that when I get really emotional, when I look in the mirror and I get upset, I remember, okay, take a breath. I am feeling this, okay? I acknowledge that I'm feeling it. I remember what actual part of my body I might be a little upset about. I realize it might actually be stemming from me feeling out of control from my surgeries. I acknowledge what my body has done for me. I always remember that. So keep that in the back of your mind so you can at least remember, oh yeah, she has served me before, all right? And then go through the steps. If you really truly want to make a change, go through the steps and say, what am I doing right now for it? And could I maybe be doing something different? What do I realistically have the capacity in my life to adjust and change? Be patient. Okay, I think that's a big one we didn't talk about, but you need to be patient. Results never happen overnight, really. And if they do, they're not usually long-term results. Results take months, 1, 2, 3 months. So when I'm adding something new, I actually will give it about 3 months to see results, and then I may change it after that. And then remember, long-term process, and find your confidence and use those things to help in the times when body image might feel hard for you. I hope that helps. Those are the steps I'm using for myself right now. Remember, your body is here as your partner in life. This is the one we get. It's much better and easier if we can walk with her hand in hand during all of this. Okay, acknowledge what you've done. Congratulate yourself for being here, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for stopping by. Remember, subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified every time a new video comes up. Like and comment on this video and let me know what you thought. You can also always come over to jessicavalantpilates.com to find all the resources I have for living a healthy lifestyle, including full-length workout videos, healthy recipes, and a community I would love for you to be a part of. So I'll see you there.